Good day everyone. We're going to show you the simple CRUD system with multi-form applications.
Here I will show you how our program works. I will run our program. First, you have to log in with the default username and password. Is admin, login. To add a new record, you have to click this new record button, fill up the fields. There, there we have a first record.
So we have 5 multi-forms which includes the main frame together with the frame child, login form, new record form, update record form, and the delete record form. All of that forms will appear in the main frame as we click on a specific buttons that we will discuss later. As you can see inside the frame, we made all the buttons and frame child public so we can call it every time when we are in another form or frame. One of the requirements is to maximize the frame on the screen. You may you may look it on line 36. To maximize the frame, we need a method frame that set extended state, frame that get extended state, jframe that maximize both. In this way, the whole form will fit into your screen. Let's make a sample run. The form is now fitted on the screen, but the columns on the table is not there by default. We need an array that will store all the strings that need to be placed inside the columns. We use the string name column name to avoid confusion. After that, we will add a default table model named student info that will do the logic for the JTable. Palagay na lang dun sa line 155.
Okay, diretso na dito.
Then we will go to the JTable named TBL student record and we will set the column identifiers column name to the table model student info which will do the work to add it on the JTable. Lastly, sa line 135, yan. For example, new record frame is one of the frame child and once the button New Record is clicked, the form will show on the main frame. In able for us to make the multi-forms appear in the main frame, we will call the multi-forms or frame child and instantiate it to an object under the specific buttons we will use and set visible to true. In this way, once the corresponding button is clicked, it will automatically show the form or frame child. That is the reason why we should make all the forms public so we can call it every time. Next, the login form. We want the login form to appear at the center of the screen, so we will set the location relative to null. The login form has the same flow with our prelim activity. Sa line, Paul, 76.
76. Yan.
So let's go straight to the button login. We added an action listener so the button will know what action it will perform once it's clicked. We placed a string variable named username with the method txt_username.getText and string variable named pass for the method txt_password.getText. The variables username and pass will automatically serve as a container for the said method. It is easy to identify the code when we use a string variable. One of the requirements is the username and password must be equal to admin or else your login will be failed and you cannot get the access to make a new record in the table. Let's make a sample run. Only the login and exit buttons are enabled while the others are disabled. The reason why is the user must perform a single operation at a time. It means that you cannot add a record unless you have logged in correctly. Sa program ulit. Ay sa
Check.
sa code.
Oh, uh,
But once you enter the correct username and password, it will enable the button you record and update and delete. But if your login was failed, it will not enable the button. So let's try to run the program again and enter the username and password. This is what will happen when you enter the wrong username and password.
tama ba ginagawa ko? Tapos lagay ko na yung admin.
Hindi,
Hello?
yung maling password muna.
Nalagay
Tsaka,
ko na. Ay, isi-show ko ba?
ah.
Okay.
Tapos mag-login ka.
No.
Tapos login mo. Ayan. Then this is what will happen when you enter the correct username and password. Okay. If you wish to cancel the operation, you have the option cancel inside the login form, and the confirm dialog will appear if you really want to cancel the operation. And as you click on yes option, it will dispose the login form, else it will do nothing. Ayan, sa code na ulit. Sa line 29. There are times that if you click on close, it will terminate the whole program. But what we need to do is set the default close operation and replace the exit on close to dispose on close. In this way, it will only terminate the frame child and not the whole program. That's all.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rinawa, for the explanation for mainframe and login frame. Here in new record frame, we will create a one-dimensional array named college together with string names that need to be placed inside combo box. Same with this CAS category. Here below, we have the JLabel and JText fields, names, variables, and bounds. Now here in button save, we add an action listener and if else and if else. Inside if, we add get text empty equals true for our last name text field to display what inside it. And same as text field first name and middle name. We also add J option pane show message dialog that says fill out all the fields in case in case one of the fields are not filled up. Same here in else if the date chooser is equals to null option, J option pane will pop up that says input your birthday. Now here we put 8 because we have 8 objects for our J table. We use method that get text to display what's inside the text field, and we use this for date format and to display in the J table. This one is to calculate the age by declaring the current date. We add an action listener in J option pane for our button cancel here. if you want to cancel the operation, here in our checkbox, we use keyword if to create statement. If the college, if the CBO college gets selected index equals to 0, the only categories that will only show is this BSEED, BSSED, and BSSI. Same here in index 1, 2, and 3. Now here in update record frame, we also put the array column name, we also put the array column name, college, and CAS categories. Below is the JLabel and text fields title, variable, and bounds. Selected value will set to the specific fields. This one is to set the date of a specific fields in date chooser. Same here in checkbox college and checkbox program. This here in button update, this is this one is to update the data. Here in is equal update. Here in is update equals true is to set the update button true and the table update record. And the table update record will set as true. The selected row in the table will get selected row in the J table will get selected row. If the selected row is greater than equals to 0, J option pane that says are you sure to update the selected row will pop up, and if you select are you sure you want to update the selected row will pop up, and if you select yes, it will set the value of specific fields and will convert the data of birth to local date and current time, same as here.
And now for button cancel or btn cancel, we declare a variable and the name is respo. The content inside is confirm dialog. When the user selects yes, the window will collapse or disappear. And now let's go to delete form. In this uh, in this line of code, we declare an array which is ID, last name, first name, middle name, date of birth, age, college, program, inside column name. Next is CEAS, CBAA, CCE, and CON for array college. And for CEAS categories, which include BSEED, BSSED, and BSI. In button main or BTN main, the button has an action listener so that if the user click the button, all inside of the table that the user types will disappear. Will disappear. In this delete data method, we declare a response with content pane and a question like, are you sure to delete the selected record? If the user click yes, the selected data of rows inside table will be removed. If no, it will show a message of delete operation cancelled. After our explanation, uh, Paul will give you a rundown of the output of our code after this explanation. And with that, we managed to finish our CRUD system with multi-form applications.
Thank you.
Thank you.